Folks, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I get to give you an early look at Total War Troy campaign. And today we're going to be playing as Menelaus, the King of Sparta. I'm not terribly familiar with the actual story behind all this, the Iliad. I have never read it to any great detail, just only had some mentions of it in history, so I'm not going to be commenting a lot on the actual story or how that goes. If you're familiar with it, feel free to do so. We're going to get to play up to 40 turns of campaign with Menelaus per the embargo on this particular showing, and hopefully it gives us a chance to feel out what the campaign is going to be like in Total War Troy and get an opportunity to experience it hands-on, obviously, and then hopefully you all get a chance to look at it and see what you think, obviously, as you go along. Now, Menelaus and his starting position is considered normal. I'm not going to change the battle difficulty, and it honestly doesn't appear that I can change any of the difficulties, so we'll be playing on normal, which is okay anyway, because in my opinion, playing on normal is the best way to get a feel for what the baseline is like for one of these Total War games, and that's how I usually play a campaign to begin with, even though ultimately I usually end up playing on the harder difficulty settings. But anyway, this is his starting screen. We'll take a look at it real quick. He has some special faction abilities that we should be aware of. Call to arms, basically it says having any defensive or military ally allows you to recruit units from the roster. You can use it to recruit units regardless of where your army is, which is very nice. And it obviously takes more turns. It's more like global recruitment from, say, like Total War Warhammer 2. And then you can do Spartan colonies, which is if you have line of sight on a settlement that hasn't been settled, you can just settle it. It costs resources, but it gives you a way to pick up settlements quickly and is kind of a cool feature. Now, as far as heroes go, the heroes are these other generals who you can recruit into your army. We're going to be able to have defenders, fighters, and warlords. And remember that there's 3 subsets within each of these. We can't recruit the archer, skirmishers, or anything else like that. As far as unique units, we can check this out here. We've got light spear runners, which is obviously, as it mentions, a light spear unit, which is going to be good for getting around the flanks. And then we've got axe champions. It's a 2-handed axe infantry unit. This unit looks to have devastating damage and is going to be excellent in cutting through main lines. And then we have heroic axe warriors here too. Both of these are heavyweight class and would be units that come along a little bit later in the game. There is some description here. I'm not going to read through all that because I only have so long and so many turns to be able to show you, so let's go take back Helen, as it so says.
Are we mere playthings of the gods? Or do we plead divine influence to justify our foolish choices?
He's taken her! He's taken my wife! You've risked the safety of Troy.
Troy is my home now.
You have my oath, brother. She will be returned to you. Brother, I can fight! Go. Seek shelter. There'll be plenty of fighting ahead.
Helen's flight was a grave wound to Achaean pride. King Menelaus will have his revenge. And his brother will have his war with Troy, just as the gods intended. Hear me, spear-famed Menelaus. Brazen Prince Paris of Troy has dared to steal your wife.
Paris of Troy must pay!
Gold-rich Mycenae, ruled by your brother Agamemnon, will support your cause.
Troy thinks to slight me, but they will pay the price.
As well as exacting vengeance upon Troy, other matters demand your attention. Open rebellion has devastated the region of Etis, where a pretender is trying to take power for himself. South of Etis, mighty Tyrins holds Kythera Island, blocking your access to the treasures of Crete, which are beyond imagination. Consolidate your power at home. Urge Helen's suitors to honor the oath of Tyndareus in your defense, and wage war on the perfidious Trojan princeling.
As you just heard there, I did look up a couple things. So Menelaus obviously was the husband of Helen of Troy. He led the Spartan contingent of soldiers that were being used in the Trojan War, according to the Iliad. Okay, shut it. And he was fighting under Agamemnon, who was the king of Mycenae, or Mycenae, however they pronounce that, which you all saw there. And it mentioned that here in the game. We can see a starting position here in Sparta, and so on the south of the Peloponnese. The way I like to play this campaign so far is I like to push out to sea. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to finish off the conquering of our, whatever you call it here, Lacedaemon here, whatever this faction is, Lacedocia, whatever they called it. And we're going to push out into Crete and take it. Plus, it looks like it'd be a good launching point to come in up and over onto the opposite coast here into Troy. So in any case, that's how we're going to play this. Few things to point out real quick as we're jumping in. The 4 resources, or technically 5, right, that you're going to have in game. They call it a 4-resource game, and it's because food is kind of more of your like basic resource in the game that probably compares to just straight income in other games. But you have these other secondary resources which are very important for upgrading settlements, and then bronze and gold are very important when it comes to recruiting elite tier units. And it's kind of an interesting mix, honestly. You all see it as we go along. I've already played ahead in some of these campaigns as it is, and honestly, it's pretty neat to have these resources because it does prevent the player from, say, easily doom stacking just all of the same units, because some of these resources are harder to come by, and you're not going to have as many. And to field a bunch of really heavy units, you really need to have a bunch of it. And if you don't, you just can't do it. And so it doesn't. I feel like it makes it where certain units don't necessarily become obsolete as easily in the game. So anyway, it has felt nice so far in my playthroughs. You all get a chance to look at it as I go through this one. Now we're going to just jump into battles here. I'm just doing a straight playthrough, and I'll kind of comment on it as we go along. And it's raining, huh? I haven't played a battle in the rain yet, so I'm going to... units take longer to recover from fatigue. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play in the rain. We can see our enemy arrayed over here on the hill. We don't start with a lot. We do have 1 medium axe unit. And then we've got a light spear unit, I think is our spear runner. It's one of our unique faction units. I'm going to put Menelaus up front. In this game, kind of like 3 Kingdoms, I prefer to use the leader in order to draw the attention of some enemy troops. I'm going to go ahead and just keep all my units like this. Move them up. As far as thoughts on the graphics in the game and the performance as I've been playing it, I mean, the performance has been really good, honestly, frame rate wise, so I've been happy about that. It does seem like they've done a good job in making the campaign map and the battles be very smooth, and honestly, the game looks good. The skyscape, the rays, reflections, I mean, the game is definitely, you know, looking nice, graphically speaking. I know I had comments on my last video where some people were saying it looks like crap. I get those kind of comments every time a Total War game comes out. So it's hard for me to determine whether people just like to say this whenever there's a new game because it looks different, or whether they actually think it looks like crap. But I'm not one of those people in the boat that thinking that it looks like crap. I actually think the game looks pretty solid. I'm going to fast forward a bit just to get my troops up here. You all don't have to, like I said, we have limited time and turns, and I'd like to play through as much of that as possible. I'm going to go charging straight ahead with Menelaus. And let's see here. We're going to go straight after their hero, who is going to be a archer. But what I'm going to do first is charge these slingers. Now remember that our heroes, and of course Menelaus is an epic hero, they have special abilities, and his right here is this War God's Call, and it can force an enemy unit to fight us. Not a hero, but it will force an enemy, like a standard enemy unit, to fight us. And so we're going to take advantage of that and draw the slingers into a fight they don't want to be in. I'm going to take my light spears after their Laconian militia. I'm going to run my own Laconian militia all the way around the flank. See if we can trap the spear unit. I'm trying to get close enough to it to pull it into combat. There it goes. So see, now we've pulled their slinger unit into a combat that they most certainly won't want to be a part of. I'm going to bring our own axemen up and try and get in this fight against their spearmen. Their spearmen shouldn't match up favorably against my axemen. The spears are more of a defensive unit, and the axe will have a little more armor-piercing damage and will be a better offensive unit for me. And then we're going to use this Laconian militia out here because it's a light unit, and we're going to run around the corners. Now, as far as the UI goes, it does make it fairly simple. The circles are going to be our light units. The rhombus is going to be our medium units, and I forget the shape for the heavy units, but we'll see it when we get there. It makes it very easy to identify them, and then obviously you got axe, spear, sword. Spears are probably a more defensive unit, obviously better against large targets. There's not a ton of large targets in this game, but they're also fairly good defensively speaking. They can be used, to kind of hold for a while on something. They're not usually as aggressive, though some units do have the capability to switch weapons and be more aggressive. Flanking is a big deal in this game. You can see that doing that early on in this battle. Oh, speaking of, I need to be paying attention to my units, get my slingers up here. We've outflanked this enemy spear unit. You can see it's going to help us cut through a lot faster. And my having drawn in the slingers into this fight early really is good because it prevents them from doing a lot of damage. You can see them having to rout. Our Laconian militias chasing one of their javelin units way out here. So again, a light unit chasing a light unit. So you just want to do your best to make use of the infantry units as you see fit. Now I'm going to use my axes to attack their hero, and then Menelaus as well. You can see Menelaus is building up Aristia here, which when it fills up, it'll unlock a special ability for him. Yeah, we need to hurry up and help here. These light swordsmen are wrecking our Laconian militia. Ooh, the lightning in the background looks very nice. See if we can outflank these guys and win that fight. Our slingers here, let's trade some shots with their slingers. And you can see that their leader here, Hyperakos, has been routed. I'm going to send Menelaus over into this fight with the light swordsmen. The light swordsmen were definitely the superior unit in that fight against my Laconian militia. I actually like light swords. They've been one of my most favorite kind of all-around units so far. The only unit they have that isn't routing, well, I say that there's two. They've got these slingers and then the skirmishers. Get a close-up on our slingers. Let you all see some more units. The missile trails do have options where you can kind of turn up the transparency and turn it down. So if you don't like all this really white missile trails, that is adjustable to where it's a lot less noticeable in combat. I have it on right now, so you all can easily see where stuff's firing. But you know, that is something that's adjustable in the game, in case anybody was wondering. So we've gained our first victory here. No big surprise, right? Normal settings, first battle of the game. Not something I was expecting to lose. Close victory. I'm going to take on the units, the replenishment, because I want to kind of keep on the roll. I want to play pretty aggressively in this campaign with Menelaus. We picked up some resources for completing our mission.
New recruits can be trained to build...
Yeah, I know, new recruits. We'll show people. So we won the battle, killed the enemy, and destroyed his faction. I'll go ahead and demonstrate one of their faction abilities here. You can see Etus needs to be colonized, so we can colonize it from afar just because it's in line of sight. You can see what it cost you from our resources. As far as other things, here's your objective up here. We need to complete all the steps of a hero's personal mission. Make sure that we destroyed or confederated Hector, Paris, and Troy. Capture Helen, hold 2 settlements, including Troy and Knossos, one of the reasons why we're going to Crete, and defeat your first antagonist faction. So if we take a look at the royal decrees here, this is like our research or tech tree. Wood is going to be a very important resource for me in terms of being able to build up settlements, so I am going to go ahead and do this royal timber. It gives us an extra 100 wood per turn, and then probably the next thing I'll do is this treasure haul, and it gives us 20 gold per turn. And right now you can see we have 0 gold income. This is the amount in your treasury. Here's the amount of income, so it makes it very easy to see what you're bringing in. I actually really like this. It's been very helpful while playing through, so it's been an appreciated feature. In any case, let's go ahead and get ready for moving through a turn-in. We're going to need more troops. Use our local recruitment. Now, the special call to arms stuff is up here in the top. And remember that these cost more. This is a special ability for this particular faction. And then the locally recruited stuff is here. And there is some militia units that we can recruit from a call to arms and stuff like that, but nothing that's really terribly worth it at the moment, to be honest. So I'm just going to grab, let's see, I'll probably grab a spear units. Yeah, just a couple of spear units is all I have money for now, or say money, food for. And these cheaper units only require the cost of food for recruitment and upkeep, and eventually we'll have to pay more for units that have further capability. We're going to use our wood to rebuild the farming village at Etis, and do believe that we can probably check out diplomacy too. We've also got divine will. We need to start worshipping some of the gods here. Each one can provide us different effects, basically. We don't have the food to do any of these prayers, though, so we may have to wait to a future turn. Here's our call to arms that kind of tells me who I can potentially recruit from, and then Spartan colonies.
The Spartans are masters of opportunity. Others see a newly raised settlement as a casualty of war. You see it as a chance.
So see, we could quickly settle some of this stuff out here. Milos. Eos. This gives us just settlements kind of in the middle of nowhere, though. I don't know if they'll be worthwhile to like protect from a, just a rebellion standpoint, but we'll check and see. Here's our events and missions, provinces, heroes, agents, known factions. Okay. Factions and royal decrees. Let's go into diplomacy. Quick Deal has come back here, and let's see if there's any, non-aggression pacts that we can pick up. Might as well do so. Let's see.
Sparta is a power with potential. This works well.
Go ahead and get some non-aggression pacts out of the way. Head back up here.
A family acting in unity is a force to be reckoned with.
We've already got a defensive alliance there. Let's go back. Quick Deal. Non-aggression pact. We don't want it with Knossos because I'm going to attack them. And Salamis.
Intelligent discourse is in both our interests.
We could probably get something out of these people because they seem happy to take it. But I'm just giving you all an example. Quick Deal is here. Honestly, though, diplomacy has never been something that I really like fooling with a whole lot in a Total War title, to be quite frank and fair. It's not that interesting to me. I'm glad it's there, and there are certain options that I want to be there because I do have to occasionally make use of it. But in any case, I'm typically not just here for the diplomacy.
Will not win this war. Issue a decree ordering your finest minds to research new methods of warfare, lest others overtake you.
Okay, let's see here.
Control of every settlement in a province will give you complete dominion over all who live there. Expand your holdings and bring more of the Aegean.
Yeah. Shush. This guy likes to do a lot of talking. Needs to learn to keep his mouth shut. We need to go take the last settlement in this province here, and it's going to be Cythera down here. If I'm pronouncing these wrong, then I apologize. It's all Greek to me. Bad pun intended. Let's get some axemen and slingers into our army here. We'll just kind of slowly build our army. You can see food is somewhat scarce at the moment, but we should be able to correct that. And I'm going to be using my excess wood to continue to build up a few things. Right now we don't have much excess wood, so we're just going to burn through another turn end here.
Do not neglect the development of your towns and cities, for many benefits accrue from construction at home. Put your carpenters and stonemasons to work.
Shut it.
No
All right.
kingdom flourishes and...
Seriously, dude. All right, where's my settings? In case you all are wondering, yes, you have an advisor who likes to get involved. Come on. Where's the stupid advisor? Oh my gosh, get the heck out. Advisor. Minimal. There we go. All right. So you will have an advisor over your shoulder pretty much nonstop if that's something that you look forward to. Not particularly something that I really care for. We're starting to have less and less food each turn, obviously, because we're recruiting more units, so I can't even recruit 2 different units here. Let's just grab our axemen, and let's see what we got here. We do have enough wood. I'm going to go ahead and repair. You can see here this ruined port. We're going to repair it, and it costs 980 wood, but it helps us pick up a little bit more food every turn. And we'll just kind of slowly start using our resources to rebuild Sparta's greatness here, or build it in the first place. I don't really know where this falls into history. Whatever, just build it up. There are agents in the campaign. We'll mess with them as soon as I'm able to build the right structures up here. I honestly, agents are another thing that, along with diplomacy, I honestly just don't mess with a whole lot. And so I don't typically spend a lot of time recruiting agents. Just not something that's ever been of massive interest to me while playing campaign. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to the farming town here too. I want to get as much food as possible, and we're going to need some troops to go tear through our enemies here. Could get a spearman and a slinger here, so that's what I'll do. And then we'll go ahead and sail across. Take this settlement. Since we are limited to the number of turns, I don't want to spend too much time turtling here. Camera controls, it does have the fast forward button, and it's got a similar camera control up here where you can set stuff with the different factions, so that returns from Warhammer, and I believe 3 Kingdoms as well had that, which is great. It's a good feature, and I'm glad it's here. So we're going to sail down here. You can see that there's an army with 6 units, plus they have a garrison of 8 units, so we're already up against a fairly sizable force here. We can't use call to arms unless we're in the encamp stance or in friendly territory, and what we're going to do is start sieging, or just possibly go in and fight a small town battle here and just kind of show you all what that's like. We can go ahead and build a an altar here and start recruiting an agent, which is going to be a priestess. And if you look, you can kind of get a feel for what all these things do. Over time, we're going to be recruiting a lot of units from Call to Arms, which will probably come out of this province, and so Ares is a pretty interesting one here because he'll add a lot of different stats to the recruitment. So I'm going to go ahead and do Ares here because it should buff my military units over the long run. Alright, looks like our enemy's coming out to fight us, which is always appreciated. He's got a number of spearmen here, which are going to be his heavier units. He does have some extra heroes that we don't as well, so they do outnumber us here, and we'll have to see whether we can gain an advantage. Probably would have been better to stay back and just do some extra recruiting, but we did not. Their reinforcements are going to come from over here. They've honestly got a really good starting position. It's going to be very difficult for me to outflank them, so the enemy gets a pretty fortunate starting position. But we'll do what we can. I'm going to use some of my medium spears to kind of just hold a main line. Got our axes as well. I'm going to put a spear runner on one flank, and then I'll put my Laconian militia on the other flank. They're not going to have a lot of room, so I'm just going to spread them out here, and then I'm going to put the slingers out with them. Put Menelaus up here. Yeah, they've deployed over here in an area where it's going to be difficult for me to outflank them. I'm going to go ahead and push this way. If we can get some outflanking done, we should be able to defeat them, even though they're pretty numerically superior here. Let me go ahead and fast forward. They're actually all rushing up to the top of that hill. Let's see what happens if I move this way, see if we can force the AI to react to us loading up on one of their flanks. And over here we'll just skirmish. I should be able to rip apart that young spear. The spearmen do have shields, but the young spear doesn't, so I'm going to target the units that are without a shield. I think my slingers are going to be on skirmish mode. They are. So we'll just start targeting young spears. Move around this flank, see if we can get in behind. So we'll have to use some of our range units here to try and gain some advantage. Again, the spearmen have a shield, and we don't want to just go throwing stones straight in their face. Getting a little bit of return fire from their slingers. I'm going to fall back here and just see if we can lure some units this way. I want to use my spears as the anvil, and my axes and spear runners as the hammer. What we'll do here is move up Menelaus and see if we can coax some of these enemy units into battle. Yeah, see how we've got kind of a good blob started here?
Under attack.
Alright, our Laconian militia has been engaged by some young spears. I need to pay attention to our slingers here. Alright. We need to hurry and get our axemen around here. I'm going to just kind of pull these young spears even further into combat. I'm going to send my own young spears chasing their Echian slingers here because I can't afford to have them shooting my axes in the back in the middle of this fight. But this is actually a good opportunity for us to start to gain an advantage because the AI has done some blobbing here. And as long as our slingers just keep running here and drawing other units out, our Laconian militias probably a bit throwaway here. I want to get a full surround going. And you can see here that my light spear runners are going to use their weight class to their advantage, chase these slingers off. Come on, guys, let's not skirmish all in the same directions. Yeah, they're using their light units to chase me over here, too, so I guess all's fair. Was it all's fair in love and war? Okay, here comes the outflanking. Menelaus is building up some Arestia. And you can see this outflanking should hurt them pretty bad. If it gives us a chance to push all these units off the map and to also kill their leader, this will be a decisive engagement over here, which should swing the battle in our favor. Our slingers got caught by their young spears. That's pretty frustrating. Over here, they're having more trouble. Not sure why we were caught in one, not the other. Our Laconian militia is holding out here, which is good. Young spears caught and destroyed a slinger unit, so let's go after another. We are definitely definitely having a good effect in this fight here. You can see that the morale of the enemy units around us is quite low because they're pinned in two spots. This unit routing, it's really unfortunate for me that it didn't route towards the white line. They're running away, but they may come back into the fight. I feel like this is going to be effective for me, though. I'm going to be able to take out their slingers. My own are giving a good skirmish to their lighter units. Oh yeah, look at this chain route. You see the little routing.
Are losing heart.
We do have a chain route. I'm going to chase their troops with my spearmen. And then I'm going to use my axes to combine with Menelaus. Oh yes, we got their leaders too. Chase them all. Get rid of all of them. Alright, we're going to chase all their units off the battlefield right here, and this will be a crushing opportunity for us.
Your warriors are losing heart.
The white line is not far away over here. Chase their leader. Menelaus, come back over here and help me out. Oh yeah, the young spear runners are doing fantastic work over here. They're catching and killing the slingers. Unfortunately, they did the same over here. And we have not suffered the same on this side,
Your
though.
warriors
So
are losing heart.
losing some slingers, but regardless, this fight is very advantageous for us at the moment. Ah, their leader came back from routing. What a jack job. How would he come back from routing when being pursued right here next to the line? That's frustrating. AI got lucky. Use our axes to keep pursuing this
By
guy.
Ares, your warriors are rallying.
Alright, let's use Menelaus. Come see if we can crush this guy. Okay, these units are going to be off the battlefield shortly, so that's huge. You can see it's really affecting the power bar as well. How are we doing over here with our young spear runners? Where are they at? Excellent. Yeah, they've got one more unit of slingers. Our Laconian militia, I'm going to send it out here actually to chase these young spears, which are after our slingers. And then we'll use the rest of our infantry to clean this up. Okay, good. This leader's now getting some shots from Menelaus. Menelaus has almost built up enough Aristea here to use that special ability, which will actually give him some heals. This unit came back from routing also while being pursued towards the edge of the map. That's actually really frustrating. And then this leader is being pursued, hopefully off of the map. So we're spread out all over the map. Ends up being a pretty wide-ranging fight here. Is this guy going to ignore us now? Fantastic. Shoot him in the back. I'm going to take these guys off of skirmish mode because we're getting up against the white line and it's kind of becoming an issue. I'm going to try and swing these units around here and see if we can get the attention of some of them. Okay, that leader's almost gone. This leader got shattered, so we can stop pursuing him. These forces are shattered. So you can see the power bar shifting in our favor. This leader is almost off the map, so that'll take away significant
The foe has sighted your hidden
power
units.
from the AI. Alright, Laconian militia, come on. Run, boys. Get your run on. Our young spear runners have just done yeoman's, or light spear runners, they've done yeoman's work. We've decimated the enemy forces with our light spear runners. We've taken out 3 sling units, 251 kills. Very valuable unit. You all still have skirmish on, so you should be running from them instead of stopping and letting them catch you. You can see that the skirmish feature is obviously still not perfected. Trying to get my Laconian militia up here and see if we can draw the interest of those spear units. A lot of running to do. I guess I'm going to have to do some fast forwarding. Keep shooting these guys in the back. Let's actually turn around and run this way with that one. See what we can do to pin some of these units down. Start shooting that one. Laconian militia. Okay, how are we doing over here? Alright, let's fast forward again. I don't want to spend my entire allotment of time on this cleaning up this battle, but at the same time I feel like you all deserve to see what the battles are like here. Send my light spear runners this way. Menelaus, let's go draw some of these units into combat. Start running around here. Where all do I got units? Their leader came back from routing right next to the edge of the map. Some more AI BS. So that's unfortunate their leader came back. I'm going to let him sit there and fight those axemen. I don't think he's going to love that fight. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up with Menelaus, and then we'll send more reinforcements. Let's use our spears to fix, axes to flank. Menelaus should be able to draw one of these units into combat here too. Yep, we just did.
Your warriors are losing
pretty helpful
heart.
ability. Yeah, our slingers are being caught. Whatever. Just gonna let it happen at this point. Tired of running around. Let's remember to outflank here. Hey, 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 hey! Told you to pull off that charge. Let's go.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Let's just go ahead and pull our light spear runners over here. That way they have some support. Alright, here comes the outflanking. So we've crushed another unit of young spears. Should get a crushing blow on these spearmen here. Okay, shattered all that.
Victory is close enough to
I'm gonna go ahead and use this ability here. I'm not fighting anybody, but it should give some healing to Menelaus. Oh, yep, there we go. Victory. Alright, so there you go. That's what it might look like when a fight is stacked against you numerically, and honestly qualitatively there as well. Yeah, so qualitatively speaking, we were outmatched. We were outmatched. Let's take them on, because we're gonna have to still fight them. They were sallying out, so their forces won't be destroyed. Everything that fled off the battle map they'll retain, which will actually leave us still in a bit of a tricky situation. Though we do have more food now, and we can use our call to arms to our benefit. We're going to do an encamp stance. You see we'll get a little bit of replenishment. And then we're going to use our call to arms. It's more expensive to recruit things. You can see there's some units here that we can recruit through call to arms that do require bronze upkeep, which we don't have very much of right now, so not something I'm interested in at the moment. It's already going to cost us dearly to recruit like this. See, club warriors. See, it's over 1,000 food just to recruit a unit of spears. And honestly, at this point, I've got 4 spear units. I'm pretty happy with the number of spears. I think I'm just going to grab a slinger and a Laconian axeman. It'll take a couple turns to get these, but it'll give me what I need. They're going to be replenishing as well because they're in a settlement. But we've caused some damage to them, so big victory for us there. And with more troops, it should be even easier to attain victory. We do have some wood. Let's see if we can put it to good use back at home. If we go into this resource chain, we do need food right now, so I'm going to build this arable land. There's lots of different structures we can build to gain more food.
You warriors can match Ajax the Great.
What's up, Ajax the Great? You just want me to hand you bronze? Well, you're not that great. This is something I've noticed in this build of the game. As you can see from the watermark up in the top left, it is a development in progress. It's actually something I've given them feedback on. The AI is constantly pestering me for resources while offering nothing in return. It's one of the few, probably, I would say, things that have been not enjoyable. Otherwise, I mean, obviously it's not like a review or something, but just, you know, giving you an impression. My experience with the campaign on here has been really good for the most part. It's been really fun. I've found the resource thing enjoyable, and the battles are actually interesting despite the units being very similar. The maps look very good, the campaign map looks good, the performance is good. It's been a pretty fun experience so far. I mean, obviously time will tell, but in the short time I've had with it through this, which is a few days, getting to play probably, you know, 6-7 hours worth so far. When I'm recording this, it's been quite fun. We can get access to more stone here, which I don't need terribly at the moment, but I am going to go ahead and take it. So we got more food, more stone on the way. I'm not going to do any additional unit recruiting at the moment. Looks like they are trying to army strength, though. They're replenishing, but their army strength is pretty decimated. We'll attack them on the next turn.
Talking now avoids suffering later.
Looks like Diomedes wants to speak. Again, just asking us for resources, so not playing that game. Oh, they're gonna attack us again while they're still weak. Well, this should give us a chance. I think it's right before we got more units, though. I don't think... Well, no, I think my units did come through. Possibly. I think they did. Let's fight. See if we can win another victory here. By the way, I'll probably split this into 2 videos, which you all will see whenever I do it. There may not be like a clear introduction point. Well, you know what? Actually, I'll probably stop roughly 45 minutes, split this into 45-minute segments, just so it'll be easier to watch. They're allowing us to have up to 3 videos and 90 minutes of footage. You know what? I could put it all in one, I guess. You know, I'll just put it all in one. Never mind. You all see all this, and I'm just like talking to myself right now. It's rather pointless, to be fair. I'll do the same thing, just a couple of Laconian militia with the slingers. It worked last time, why not? What worked once, we'll hope that it works twice. These light spear runners actually might be helpful over here. Or no, they were crushingly good on this flank too, so let's put them over there. Actually, I don't want them to be the first group, but there we go. I'm gonna hard group these guys, make it a little easier to move them. Yeah, hard groups function the same way as in past campaigns. If you're new to Total War, unit grouping just makes it easier to select and move units around the battlefield. Plus, if you double push that button select right there, I hit the button 1 on my keyboard twice, it takes me straight to that group. Same thing here, group 2, so it just makes it easier to navigate the battlefield. Move your troops. I am going to fast forward so that we don't have to wait through the entire time here. There are some good resources on Crete, which include bronze and gold, so it's another reason why I want to push down there. It should give us the opportunity to pick up some resources and start recruiting better units towards the end of my time on this, so that you all get a good opportunity to see what that's like. Let's start firing at young spears here. There we go. Start drawing those guys in, and we're gonna do the same thing here. This ended up working out great. The AI got bottlenecked up around this piece of rock, so we'll try and use that against them again. You always want to be looking for a way to gain an advantage, and
Your warriors have spotted hidden foes.
the battle AI on this game hasn't obviously seemed any worse than previous Total War games, but like any game, the battle AI is always going to have its geriatric moments. Like right here, where they've once again been trapped in a bottleneck. And I'm gonna just swing my axes around. I wonder if you can use the draw. Yep, you can. So you can still use that shortcut. Oh dang, some of my axes got caught up there. That's not good.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Clubmen. Yeah, my Laconian militia is no doubt being defeated right now. Dang, they've got another infantry unit. This is actually not good for me the way this is. We need to let that spear unit get fully engaged. And we don't actually want to draw its attention. Yeah, good, it's going to charge into that fight. Now we want to swing around with our axemen. We want to get a full surround going over here. And then our light spear runners are going to be able to run down these skirmishers and slingers. And the first thing we want to do is probably free up this axe unit right here, so I'll rear charge this axe unit and the others. Yeah, our slingers should be on the run. They're set to skirmish automatically, but they were somehow caught by medium spears over here. This CA, please. I love whenever my skirmish is turned on and then a light infantry is caught by the medium, because it just simply didn't skirmish the way it was supposed to.
One of your units has no more
I swear,
ammunition.
skirmish worked so good in Rome 1. If you put a unit on skirmish, nothing was going to easily catch it. And I've never really seen skirmish function properly outside of that.
Ares, your warriors are rallying.
Seems like ever since then that the skirmish units just managed to always get caught somehow. Come on! The spearman's surrounded. Finish him off. Our axemen are cutting through him. I've seen some other YouTubers commenting that they feel like battles are too short so far in the game. I don't share that state of mind. I feel like the battles are fine, and if anything, sometimes they draw out too long because you're just sitting here in a slog. Later in the game, you do have some more abilities and tougher units that may cut through things a little faster, But at this point in the game, you really don't. I'm going to ignore their leader here and just run through him, because really the outflanking here is more important than anything else. We're actually starting to get a break over here. Good, good. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to ignore their leader and just collapse in on this fight and try and destroy all their spearmen. Looks like our light spear, or yeah, our young spear runners have done a good job there. Let's go get this other unit. Our slingers are just acting as bait right now. I'm going to start chasing their slingers with this Laconian militia that regrouped. And this fight is beginning to clean up. We need to send some units to chase, though. Some of these routing units. And then we'll see if we can gang up and beat down some of their leaders here, too.
Your warriors are losing heart.
All their units are routing back towards the center of the map right now, which is actually really frustrating. The edge of the map is right over here, but the AI is kind of fortunate at the moment. Like I said, their units are routing towards the center of the map, which will be a huge benefit to them. Actually going to use the spears to kind of chase some units here. Let's pull the axemen back to help pull down enemy leaders because they have better armor piercing values. And like I said, I'll just use my spears to try and drive some cleanup action here.
Your warriors are losing heart.
I'm gonna push back this way with my young spear runners. Yeah, look at this. All of my slingers are getting caught in combat. That's fantastic. Some of them are light units though, so it doesn't piss me off as much as if it was a medium unit, but still a little frustrating that they get caught quite so easily. But you know what? I'm catching their units with my spear runners as well, so
the foe has sighted your hit. Your warriors are rallying.
It's actually fairly even on the power bar at the moment, supposedly. I think this unit will flee off the battlefield. Let's swing back over here. I might chase it with this one. Yeah, you see their leadership trying to come back online there. They're trying to get back in the fight. The AI sent some reinforcements here. We got rid of one of their heroes, so let's collapse in on this fight and see if we can get rid of the other. And then we'll just outflank these militia who came into the fight as well. Sometimes you can like use this thing and see like I'm trying to draw this unit through my own units to fight, and it probably gets them hurt a lot because they're pulling through. I don't know that for sure, but that's just something I've tried to use that for, and seems like it's been effective. There we go. We shattered that unit, routed the enemy there. Let's go crush this light spear unit that regrouped, and just kind of start playing a game of cleanup here. In fact, I'm probably not going to show any more of this battle. I mean, it's pretty clear we're going to win here, and it's just wasting my somewhat limited time of embargo. It's possible I may cut this stuff out altogether. You know, like just so you can see some of the beginnings of the battle. Really? Just got this couple light spear units in front of me. Okay, guy's shattered. Let's crush this. Let's unblob some of this fight. Swing some axemen out and around. Move to the next target. We're a little bit blobbed up here, and we need to unblob.
Are losing heart.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to blob fight on here unless you just had like really, really good heavy infantry, and even then it's really not to your advantage. Use that special ability here on Menelaus. Just draw some of their spears in, and then now we can surround the AI. So again, outflanking, surrounding. And see, people say blob fights are only for Warhammer because you have the legendary heroes and stuff. Blob fights have always been in Total War because the AI struggles to maneuver. It's something that's always been a challenge for the AI. Okay, we've routed most of their units. Some of them keep coming back from routing. Menelaus is healed up nicely with his special ability going on. Just gonna hit these young spears with some slinger fire. Axes cleaned up that leader.
All right, victory is close enough.
There we go. Another victory. So see, again, I'm not getting the feedback where battles are too short. I feel like they take a long time because you don't have flying units. You don't have a lot of fast-moving cavalry. You just have a lot of infantry duking it out, and infantry fights traditionally have always been some of the longer fights in Total War. But again, that's just my position. I don't feel like that is a problem with the game. Nope.
Perhaps it is time to put weapons aside and talk.
So
Ares will decide this.
Apteron. Where is this guy based at? Tyrans? So we're already fighting. Where's this guy located? Help pages. Strength rings. I think it's are they the ones down here? Yeah. Okay, so those are the guys down at Crete anyway that we're planning to fight. So this is actually fine. Though I don't really want to call my allies to help because they'll try and go down there ahead of me and take territory that I want. So we're not calling our allies to help.
Menelaus of Sparta.
Okay, we're going to come out of the camp mode. We have abilities that we can assign to Menelaus. We probably already had these, honestly. We've got this Assault and Battery ability, which gives him extra armor piercing damage and increases his hit points. Or we can use this Dread of Ares, which takes away 20 morale and minus 15% stamina to an enemy unit, which I actually like the idea of this Dread of Ares better, to be honest. And I think we still have one skill point here. We've got this one that adds to his armor piercing damage, and then this one that adds to his melee defense. Actually, those are not available yet. We're only at level 2. So yeah, but this is kind of his skill tree. You can see the personal equipment over here that they pick up as well. Right now we have his shield. We don't have any other equipment to throw on him, but, you know, just items that you can put on him, and then the character details. And then as you upgrade him, it'll tell you kind of a breakdown of how you've upgraded him. So pretty cool screen here in terms of what's available with the characters. Seems pretty useful. We finished researching Royal Timber. And now that we've done that, we're going to go to Treasure Hall. So that's good. We're taking on extra timber. This will help us build up our settlements a little bit quicker. You can see that Sparta can actually be upgraded to a tier 3 citadel here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's take this settlement. The auto-resolve finally favoring us. I'm just going to use it here. Get these cool little duels when you use the auto-resolve. It's pretty fun, not going to lie. This ought to be really fun whenever there's blood added to the game. Occupy this. We actually didn't lose many units, so that's good. We've now taken the entire province, and as so we can issue a commandment like other games. I'm going to use this organized games, give us extra growth and happiness for the time being. We don't have enough lumber to really upgrade much, but we do have some food, and we can get in here and do some recruitment. We've got 4 axemen. I might grab... Honestly, I don't really like the medium spears very much. I don't find them to be very good. The axemen, I mean, I'll probably bring some spears. I guess just one more unit. I'm going to keep my light spear runner, because that unit's been very helpful. And honestly, I'm just going to throw some extra axemen into the mix for now. I'll replace these with other units as they become available. But for now, I just need some troops. So there we go. Let's see, as far as... Oops. I was going to go up here in the Divine Will. Yeah, see, our influence for Ares is already headed up. We don't have enough to pray to him at the moment. Let's see what some of these others do, though, because you can do Athena, morale of spear units, +2 to the rank of priestess. Aphrodite, 10 to diplomatic relations, 200% to all effects of organized game commandment. Ooh. Let's see if Aphrodite will answer our prayer there. Okay. I think we're ready to head into another turn-in. We're busy recruiting so that we can head on to Crete. Start taking out those factions and gathering more resources. Nope. Really do hope they fix that. It's somewhat pointless. We completed a mission, got 700 wood. Aphrodite answered our prayer. Excellent. Let's take a look at the Divine Will here. We still haven't really pushed her completely up off the ground. Ares, so let's get back up here. We have 2 of these structures. I'm going to tear one down because we don't need both. We'll have to be tier 3 before we can upgrade to the training camp, and it provides access to some really sweet units. Like these renowned Lacedemonian Axemen, or Laconian Axemen, are really good. They just absolutely chop down enemies. It is fantastic. Build the stone houses so the growth will speed up here. And I'm going to make sure I provide some more food while we go along. We have 17 units. They are busy replenishing. We might as well just grab some more units while we're here because we're going to be fighting, fairly numerous enemies. Called arms. So these are going to be renowned slingers. We don't want to pull in any of these renowned units because we don't have the ability to upkeep them at the moment. It takes... Let's see... I'll tell you what we could do is we could just merge units here. Merge units. And now let's go ahead and grab one more spear unit and a slinger here. Alright, end our turn and then head off to Crete.
I look forward to hearing you out.
Alright, these guys are actually offering something. So they want me to give them 80 stone and then 50 stone per turn over 6 turns in order for them to give me 62 wood per turn. I mean, I don't really need any stone right now, at least not a lot of it. So I'll actually agree to this, just take the extra wood for a few turns. I don't know if that's actually a good deal or not, but I need the wood more than I need the stone at the moment. So, at least I think I do. Watch me end up needing the stone here in a minute and I'll kick myself in the pants. Plus 3 happiness. Okay. Our troops are mostly ready to go here. We haven't done a full replenishment. We've got 18 units, and we're going to start crossing the sea here. Picked up our 3rd skill point here too. I'm gonna go to heavy weapon, or we can spend Dread of Ares. Oh wow, this one takes away melee attack as well. So this one makes it even worse for the Dread of Ares. This one takes away missile resistance, morale, and stamina. Honestly, I'm not really worried about the melee attack yet. I'm gonna move to heavy weapon just because this will give Menelaus the ability to really pound on enemy heroes with the armor-piercing damage. So I think that would be the better choice. Not 100% certain. Let's row fast here so we can get there quicker. We do have quite a bit of wood. Let's see what, if anything, we can build. Looks like lots of things. Oh, we're going to build up right here. Get some extra wood per turn here at the loggers' tents. That agreement was only for 6 turns, so if I get 2 hurt for stone, we'll be alright. Okay, here, single bar. They want a non-aggression pact, and they're going to give me 62 food. They're just to my north here. I mean, so this is agreeable. Okay. Here we go. Gonna push up Menelaus. $28 stone per turn. What does it go to? 52 stone. We can actually make up some of the stone we lost, but I haven't, again, been in a desperate need for stone. So I'm going to go ahead and build this forest town first, which is going to add more wood per turn. Really want to focus on getting those key resources. Sparta's almost done with its settlement upgrade in the turn here.
I look forward to
There's a pretty sizable enemy force at Kisamos. They're going to give me... I don't want you to have military access. Sometimes people will just come rolling through and picking up settlements. You can trade settlements in this game, but honestly, you really can't trade a settlement unless you offer them another settlement. And when you... So, I mean, I do wish they would address that. I brought it up to them in feedback. They didn't seem to want to listen to me, but I understand a settlement's a settlement, and you don't want to just get it super easy. That was interesting. The AI just walked off and let me have this one. But like I was trying to trade resources that the AI badly needed. Like they were desperately low on food and bronze, and I was offering them a bunch for a settlement, and it wasn't enough to get the settlement. Not only wasn't enough, like, you know, the diplomacy was like minus 86 when I demanded the settlement. Okay, well, you got to make up for that by adding like a ton of bronze and food that they wanted. It only took off, like, it only added like +2. I mean, so I understand a settlement's expensive, and they probably don't want you just gaming the AI and saying, hey, give me your settlement for a little bit of food or, you know, resources. That I get. But it felt like it was pointless in the sense that the AI really didn't need. Like, what had happened was I was conquering Crete, and the AI sailed their stack. That's why I didn't call my allies to help. They just sailed the stack down here and took one settlement in front of me, and I really wanted that settlement because it had some resources that I wanted. The AI was desperately low on said resources, and I offered them a bunch of them, and it wasn't even of interest in the slightest to them. It's fine maybe if it wasn't quite enough to get the settlement, but at least it was drawing interest. It was no interest to them. You basically have to give them another settlement for a settlement, which I found to be rather annoying and kind of pointless to add that feature back to the game. I'm glad it's there. There will be occasions when you can trade 1-for-1 on settlements, so it's not a total waste, but I do wish that they would, you know, maybe look at that. It's something that I feel like they could use to make this better. But again, the first time I mentioned it, they didn't seem particularly interested in my feedback there. It seemed like they had it the way they wanted. But anyway, that was just, you know, as a player, what I would like to see there. 1,300 food and some bronze. We can start building the training camp, so I'm going to do that. Since we have the food and bronze for it, I want to start getting those more elite units. Let's end the turn here.
I'm sure my brother and I will work well together.
All right, Agamemnon, what's up? Yes, we definitely want a military alliance with him. Oh, we need to recruit a priestess. I haven't done that yet. Again, I get distracted. Agents are definitely not like something that I get particularly excited about.
Discuss this.
I know some people are like, oh, the agents. What do you put agent? I don't know, whatever. I like conquering and fighting. I don't get as excited about some of the other stuff. But let's pick it. Maybe they've done something different. That's why you always want to try things out, even if it's, you know, me see they've got a spy working on me here. Oh man, our occult level with Ares dropped. That sucks. Only got 40 here with them. If we do a hecatomb here, that gains us 80 favor to Ares. We've got the food for it, so let's just do it at the moment.
Gather the priests.
Occult level up. We'll keep the favor of Ares. As like I said, we've been recruiting quite a few units out of Sparta, so it may not hurt to keep the favor of Ares. Let's see. I definitely need more food as well.
Restoring honor.
This is a farming town here, so this would make sense to come take it. The enemy army is here. They're gonna have a total of 19 units, including the garrison.
A true soldier.
I mean, we should be able to take them. We have to fight a small settlement battle, though. The AI typically says you don't have a good chance of winning these battles, but I found that it is very possible to defeat the... ooh, we get a lot of morale from sword and axe units. It's good. It's not bad defeating these guys. I'll show part of this battle at least, maybe all of it. Again, some of this may be cut out just in order for me to try and cover as much ground into the 40 turns of campaign that I can show. Start our deployment here, but also this will give you all a chance to see a small settlement battle. You can see there's a victory point up here that you can control. The AI will typically spread out and cover a lot of ground. Spear units I find to be pretty worthless in this type of fight, other than just using them to cover ground. They don't do a lot of good damage. They do have a shield, but like I said, spear units in general, like one of their best functions outside of obviously fighting large units is basically as an anvil. And so that's probably their most useful function. But I do like putting these units because it'll draw the attention of enemy units at these different entrances to the city. You can see there's quite a few different entrances, and I'll kind of give you a feel here for how I've found a way to find success in these types of battles. You can see the AI is just going to pile up, and they really want to draw you into a blob fight. And you can use your skirmishers to advantage, obviously. And like I said, we're just going to keep some units just to keep their attention. These different positions make them keep units facing us. We don't actually want to come up and begin fighting with those spear units because they won't do well on their own. Remember, outflanking is the key to breaking an enemy quicker and more efficiently in this game.
The foe
And
has
so
sighted your hidden units.
that's what we're hoping to do. And what I'm attempting to do here is I'm going to start using my slingers to pick stuff apart and force the AI to move. And once we force them to move, we can basically get outflanking positions and start getting effective battles against the AI and use those to our advantage. And then hopefully we'll be drawing units in one by one to my slingers. Right now they're firing at a shielded unit. Don't do that. It's a waste of ammo. One of the other YouTubers provided some feedback too when we were discussing this prior to them giving us access to the build, saying that slingers and archers seem OP. I have actually not found that. I feel like shields are extremely effective against slingers and archers. I definitely have not found these units to be OP, but again, maybe I haven't played with the right units yet. See these young spears? Not a particularly powerful melee unit, but this is just freebies. So this is what I've found so far to be doing in these battles, is take the freebies where you can get them, look for units that are unshielded, and just hammer them. These guys have shields. Yeah, you can see these young spears are just going to get absolutely chewed up by mass slinger fire. So we're gonna look for targets of opportunity like this. They do have archers over here. Slingers, at least my slingers, slightly outrange those archers. I might see these clubmen are standing where I'm going to be firing into their unshielded flank. So I may see how they react to my shooting them here. Again, look for... Ooh, here, an archer's come into range. See, when we shot up one unit, it created an opportunity with another. What's the range on those archers? 140 to my 160. Here we go. A couple of their archers are going to swing into range, so let's push up. Their archers may get in range. We just lost sight of one of theirs. This unit's in a kind of blocky formation. That should be advantageous for us. Let them have it, boys. There we go. So this is what we want to do. It takes a while. Again, I'm probably going to cut some of this out, but this is how you can start to gain an advantage in these fights, rather than just blobbing up and giving the AI what they want here. I do believe archers missile damage 20. Yeah, archers are causing slightly more missile damage, but the slingers have quite a bit of ammunition and a little bit better range here. This is a really good fight for us. Their guys are kind of blobbed on top of each other, and so we're getting a very nice trade right now. And the more of these units we take out, the more it swings the power bar as well. But yeah, these battles, again, some people say they're too short. I don't find this to be too short at all. In fact, I find these type of battles to honestly be a bit of a nuisance, because once you've figured out how to do it, it's fairly typical. You know, you just come in, kind of pick apart the AI one at a time, because the AI doesn't really know how to react to what you're doing here. So like right now, they should push and attack me with their numbers. But instead, they're going to sit here and just hold their defensive positions despite being outranged. And they're not even pushing all their range up to challenge my range effectively here. They're just kind of letting me take advantage of the range fight. So it's something that, you know, hopefully can be improved in AI behavior over time to make these battles a little more interesting. These battles, to me, are a lot more fun once you start picking up more sword units and axe units. I don't know why it's taking so long to kill this bowman. It's taking up an absurd amount of my ammunition. Bowman's certainly not shielded or armored. I feel like it should be dying relatively quick. Hey, what are you doing? Something's blocking their line of sight, so I'm going to back my slingers up a little. Remember, my slingers do outrange the archers just by a hair, so I'll pull back. Not going to waste a whole lot more ammo here. Show you all another little fun trick with Menelaus. We can take him into combat here and use his ability to lure the spear unit up. And once we lure the spear unit out, we can destroy it a little more effectively. Give you a quick demonstration here. So I'm going to pull my axe units down into this position. Again, just giving you an idea of how to gain some advantages here. Oh, they're sending their club units forward instead. That's fine. This is the one that taunts a unit into attacking. So see here, I'm going to use this and see if we can taunt this unit out of position. See there, it's going to charge Menelaus. I'm going to pull back with them and try and pull it out of position, and then while it's focused on Menelaus, we'll slap it with an axeman from a couple of directions. So again, little things like this you can do to kind of game the AI out of position. Okay, they've sent up more archers to contend with me. I don't want to give their archers free shots here. So see, Menelaus has drawn the attack. Now we can outflank and destroy this club unit. So patience is usually going to be the key in these type of battles if you want to win them efficiently,
is under attack.
rather than just blobbing straight in and giving them what they want. Now see, their hero's been drawn in now too, so this is also going to be good. You can see their archers are firing at our axemen, giving us free reign to return fire on their archers, which they must be getting some massive protection from these trees because my slings are doing very little damage there. Okay, their hero did pull back from that fight, actually. So see, there we were able to use Menelaus to pretty effectively gain some advantage. You can see here, when we take a look at the troop count, we're pretty effectively cutting through a bunch of their troops to drop the numbers. Yeah, my slingers are just causing very little damage to these archers in return, so those woods must be giving them some pretty effective cover. Anyway, I think I'm done showing you all anything in this battle if I wasn't done already. Alright, so as you can see, a little bit of patience pays off dividends. Again, this is where I don't agree with the comments from some of my colleagues that the battles are too short. In fact, that took a very long time. It's a patience thing. Just having to pick your fights and be effective about it, and it allowed us to take Kydonia with near 0 losses. Let's head back up here and recruit an agent. We haven't done that yet, so recruit agent. We should be able to recruit a priestess, follower of Athena, follower of Apollo, follower of Ares. Let's do Ares since we've been focusing on Ares. So let's recruit Stein, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. So we got 500 food and 200 gold for recruiting an agent. Let's check out the abilities of said agent. You got character details, follower items, skills that they can pick up. So it's going to be similar to a hero in terms of how you apply upgrades. Let's see, is priestess. How can we use the priestess to our advantage? Let's bring her down here. Most of the people up to the north of us are friends, so I'm not going to have her waste time up there in those settlements. Let's bring her all the way down here and see if we can put her to work.
Menelaus of Sparta.
See if we can get done with the priestess. Nothing we can build here. Let's see. We should have our provinces. Come on. Okay. Let's go ahead and build up this. Get some extra stone per turn. Here we go. Ooh, we can see Hector of Troy now. Fast forward through some of this.
Given your past deeds of valor, I welcome your words.
Don't really know why you need military access, so no. Let's see here.
Talking now avoids suffering later.
Suffering. Nope, I'm not going to be giving you freebies, so think again. Alright, our agent can start moving. Yeah, I actually want you to move. There we go. Alright, she's on the way. We're almost finished with our research here. One more turn. And it looks like we're coming up on a siege settlement here.
Menelaus of the loud war cry. I remain.
It's only got 7 units in its defense, but the auto-resolve typically just says you're going to do terrible in all these sieges, regardless of the situation, which is, again, something I've not been a huge fan of. Even when the auto-resolve says I'm going to lose, I've been able to win all of those fights. Again, it's on normal difficulty. I assume that will change a little bit here and there. Let's burn through another turn end. Ally declares war on Knossos. Well, I mean, we're obviously going to enter on the side of ally. That means we need to hurry because Mycenae may send down here troops down here to try and take settlements off of these guys. Declare
So it's war then.
Ally, so they've declared war on me. Your allies, Athena. It's okay, whatever. Sure. It's not like I have a choice here. I mean, war it is.
Talk it over.
Single barter. Nope. Not just giving you stuff. But nice doing business with you. Alright, we finished the treasure haul, so we're now getting an income of gold, albeit small. This 15% to battle speed of all units is going to be probably more helpful than stone at the moment. I'm taking in stone, even though it's not a lot of it. I don't think we need a lot of it at the moment. So let's do these cadence drills. Be 8 turns, and battle speed's going to be really important in this game since we're doing a lot of running down skirmishers and other said or such maneuvers. They put a force in here actually now, so now there's even more troops here. So if I would have attacked, we would have better off. I'm going to build some rams. And let's go ahead and... I mean, I could probably fight it and win, but I'm just going to continue the siege just so we have a couple of rams. It's the only siege equipment we can build at the moment. So go ahead and build this up, get more wood and then more food. If we build up more food, we'll be able to field more troops and have a larger army, which is obviously why that's important. Oh, I gotta wait on our spy to move there. I need to speed up my animations for my own faction, probably, but whatever. So yeah, we're waiting on our spy. We can fast forward the rest of this.
Given your past deeds of valor, I welcome your words.
They want more stone for wood. Nah, not right now. I don't have a ton of stone. I'd like to build up a little in case I need it for any special building projects and stuff.
Talking cannot hurt.
They want me to give them gold, or they're offering gold for peace treaty. Nope, because we're about to fight. Ritual of Ruination against Casamos. All right, whatever. Good luck with your ritual there. All right, we've got our siege equipment. It's still saying that the AI gets a good chance here. Plus, I want to show you all, even if it's just a couple of minutes from a siege battle, I want you to see it, so I'm going to go ahead and fight. Alright, here we are in the siege battle. I'm going to use my slingers to do a bit of basically shielding here. And let's see what they got on the walls. They have a lot of their troops up on the walls, and I really don't want to fight on the walls with the ladders. It's honestly a fight that's probably not going to favor me too much here since I don't have any really good infantry. I mean, my axemen are decent, but we don't have any like renowned units or sword units. We're just better at that type of fight. I do have siege equipment on both flanks. So this is what a siege map looks like.
Your hero is under
Nothing too
attack.
great here. You can see the victory point way in the background. But again, I'm gonna try and avoid the fight on the walls. As you go up the ladders, you tend to go up really slow, and doesn't end up being great for the player a lot of times. I think my units are trading fire with their units up on the walls. Good. Just want to keep them busy, so my spear units can do their thing. Let's fast forward and try and get the walls down here. My slingers are going to take an absolute shellacking here. Again, they're mostly here just to draw fire, and I'll probably do the same thing with my spearmen since they have shields. I got to protect my axemen until they get through the
Your
gates.
warriors are losing heart.
With the height advantage, we're obviously going to take some pretty grievous losses to the enemies here. But you can see, again, the slingers are going to help me out a lot by drawing a lot of this fire while we're
Your
attempting to get
warriors
this
are
done.
rallying.
Do the same thing. Put these guys back up here to draw fire. Alright, they're going to start working the gates. The spear unit's taking a lot of damage in the process. Yeah, the gate's taking
The
damage
enemy
quickly.
attacks the gates.
The enemy
The
attacks the
enemy
gates.
gates have been destroyed.
We attack the gates. I don't know if this ram's gonna make it to the gatehouse and get its job done. They're getting shellacked. Getting absolutely shellacked. I don't think they're gonna survive this. They aren't. Great. Well, I'm gonna send up the other spear unit, see if we can pick up where that one left off. Fighting this one on two
Your
fronts
warriors are losing heart.
may have been a mistake. Alright, the gates are open. Let's try and cram as many of our warriors through the gates as we can. get in there quickly.
Your warriors are rallying.
Got another axe unit back here that I forgot. Actually, let's see, are these slingers? No, that's not slingers, it's just clubmen. Just push up through the gates. Actually, I don't want the spears there anymore. I'm gonna put one up the walls, these guys through to attack the militia. Need Menelaus up here to help. We're causing almost no damage to their skirmishers, so the wall obviously plays a pretty big role here. Pick up the ram over here. We got some leader abilities going down over here. Just get through the gate. I need to push my men through the gate. I'm gonna try and pull through this enemy leader. We need to get inside the gate.
Your warriors are losing heart.
To glory! For the Achaeans! It shall be!
Onward!
Where you at, Menelaus? Get in here. See, we want to just kind of pull through here and get into the settlement. We're taking a lot of sling fire though. It's actually pretty painful. Okay, let's see if we can get Menelaus in here to help us out. I'm gonna try and. There we go. Swing back over to the other side of the battlefield. See what we got going on. Did we ever get the... Oh, I forgot to re-attack the gates, so we're probably going to lose another spear unit in the attempt. I mean, we attacked the gates. 85%. Come on, just one more hit. Hit it. Hit it.
The enemy gates have been destroyed.
Excellent. Unfortunately, though, our axemen are going to take an absolute beating trying to get in here. Their fighter Ravagers holding out pretty good so far.
Your warriors are losing heart.
We've drawn a lot of their units down off the walls. I'm going to unblob a little bit off their leader. I'm going to leave a few infantry to support Menelaus, and I'm going to come outflank their infantry over here and see if we can put an end to this fight, which will ultimately swing against us if we don't do something about it. See over here, we did manage to kill some of their slingers up on the wall. It's about time. Yeah, Menelaus is now owning their leader in this fight. I'm going to save this ability. No real great use for it at the moment. What are we doing over here?
You have lost a unit.
Yeah, we are getting absolutely shellacked by sling fire over here. Thinking about just bypassing these guys and making a run for
Your
their
warriors
victory
have been
point.
routed.
See what happens. They got a lot of light infantry here with ammunition, but I'm going to see if I can just run a couple of my axemen past them to the victory point. We better hurry over here.
Your
Alright.
warriors are rallying.
We got rid of their leader. Let's come back over here and reinforce this fight and win it. If we win this fight, we can make a run on the victory point as well.
Certainly, in good order.
These spearmen down off the walls. Let me chase this guy. Yeah,
Hades has claimed the enemy hero.
excellent. All right, here we go.
Strike through. Without remorse. Of course. Agreed.
Let's fight this up, see if we can tear these guys up. Let's see how our axemen are doing over here. Yeah, some of them got caught in a fight here, but the rest can just make a beeline for the victory point. I'm going to leave one unit here to fight. I'm going to sacrifice it so the other two units can get a big head start. And then we've cleaned up almost all of this fight here. I'm going to take another spear unit and run to the victory point as well. And we'll try and slay the remaining enemy troops here.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Alright, I've got quite a few units headed for the victory point. Alright. So, completed the siege. You all got to see a couple of snippets of it. Like I said, I'm going to be cutting out some of the stuff from these battles because it's eating most of our time. Rather let you all see me get more done on the campaign map, get a feel for how things work here. Do the motivation. So, did we complete this? We've still got one more settlement here at Lapa to take over the entire province.
Menelaus of Sparta.
We don't have any local recruiting available to us. As far as long distance recruiting, might not hurt to start getting some of these more elite units in here. You can see the Laconian Axemen take a lot of bronze to recruit, but they only require food for upkeep, and these guys pack a absolute wallop, though they do not have a shield. But when they get into combat, it is pretty fantastically brutal. I'm going to recruit a couple of those units. It's going to cost us big time, but it'll be very helpful in these upcoming battles because we'll have a unit that'll just straight up hack through enemies. As you see, we won that battle. Menelaus has some abilities that we could apply to him. There's obviously further I can go turns-wise, but it's taken more time than that for me to get through here because of having to deal with some of these battles and stuff. But hopefully this gives you a feel for the Menelaus campaign. Just impressions from me. It's been fun. I like managing the 3 resources. I've had big battles. Even on the normal difficulty, I've had a few battles where, you know, I've at least had to try hard to win it. The AI is fielding decently sized armies towards me. You know, you've seen that, you know, I had to win a pretty big siege here in order to gain some advantage against them. We didn't get to use the agent much yet. I'm sure other people will, you know, show that more in their videos. Like I said, agent play to me is just not something that really draws me to Total War in general. I prefer stuff on the battle map, which is mostly what we've been getting. And yeah, overall, it's been pretty fun so far in terms of impressions. Like some of the new features. Menelaus is fun with his call to arms ability. It really does play. And I have played up to turn 40 and taken all of the island of Crete. It was pretty entertaining. I didn't record it in this particular session. You can actually get myth units and stuff from here too. Something like a Minotaur and other things, which also just add a little bit of flavor to the game in terms of the battle. By the time I had taken all of Crete, I had a hold of more bronze. You can see that here. So yeah, we had a hold of bronze and gold and a few other things, and we were in pretty good shape, which would make things interesting to then continue to push and try and make our way up towards Troy and retake Helen. But yeah, anyway, so far impressions are that it's very interesting. Can't wait to see more. Hopefully we'll get more hands-on again. I don't know enough about this game, not to mention this is not like a review embargo or anything else like that either. I'm just giving you my impressions from is that I enjoyed my time in it, and I'm looking forward to getting some more time with the game. It looks cool, it's got a nice ambiance, and I've been pleasantly surprised, I think, with the gameplay so far in terms of having a good time with it now. If you think that just all infantry is not for you, then yeah, this game's probably going to be a bit of a frustration point, but this game does feel like an interesting mix of kind of a classic Total War with some newer Total Wars and newer Total War features, so it has been very interesting in that regard. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. You all let me know what you think in the comments of King Menelaus and his campaign.